graders. Wow. Yesterday, I looked at some of your restaurant menus. I was totally impressed with how creative you got. I loved your restaurant names. I loved the things you were trying to serve at your restaurants. So next week, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be making word problems for each other about our restaurants. And because of that, we're going to need to do some practice with adding decimals, subtracting decimals, and multiplying decimals, so that you guys are going to be able to be really good at solving each other's word problems next week. So today, your only tasks are to do a little bit of practice that I'm going to provide for you on a work task with adding, subtracting, and multiplying decimals. But also, if you did not finish your menu, you're going to need to go back and finish your menu today so that you can participate next week in the awesome activity that we're going to be doing. All right? So, let's get started. Our learning target today is I can add, subtract, and multiply decimal numbers. So, if you feel like you want to try these three on your own right now, you may pause the video and go try, and then come back and watch me solve. If you feel like you just want to watch me solve and get better at solving by watching, that's okay too. All right, so we're going to start with an example about adding today. What we need to keep in mind is that we need to be lining up our ones with ones, our tenths with tenths, and our hundredths with hundredths when we're adding. So let's start. I'm going to write, well, let's use red so it's really bright so you guys can see well. I'm going to write 7.21, which is my first number, plus 2.98. So I want to line up everything, ones with ones. 2 is in the ones place, so 2.98. Now I see hundredths with hundredths, tenths with tenths, ones with ones. Okay, now I'm going to add. Okay, so 8 plus 1 is 9. Done there. 9 plus 2 is 11. So I'm going to write my 1 right there, and I'm going to carry my other 1 to the 1's place. And then I'm going to add 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10. That's correct. So I'm going to write my 10 there. And then when I add and subtract fifth graders, I always carry the decimal down. That's why it's important to have everything lined up so that you can carry it straight down, okay? So my answer is 10.19. Now we're going to move on to the subtraction example. Let's line up our numbers like we did over here. So we have let me make that bigger, 6.35 minus 4.26. I'm going to put my decimal point there because I already know I need to line it up. But I know that the 4 goes right here, and then my 2 is in the tenths place, and my 6 is in the hundredths place. So now I'm ready to subtract. Here we go. 6.35, 4.26, making sure I copied correctly. Okay, so 5 minus 6, can you do it? If I have 5 pieces of candy, can I give you 6? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to go next door. I'm going to borrow a tenth. I'm going to put it right here. And now it says 15 minus 6, okay? 15 minus 6 is what? Well, let's count. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is 9. 9. 2 minus 2. I can do that. That's 0. And then 6 minus 4 is 2. Now, I remember when I add and subtract, I'm going to carry down the decimal point. Done. Okay. Now, the most important thing to remember about adding and subtracting, you guys, is lining up your decimal point and making sure your place values are lined up. Ones under ones, tenths under tenths. I think you get that. Last one, multiply example. When I'm multiplying, I don't have to line up the place values. It's different than adding and subtracting. So 13.4 times 6. When I'm multiplying, I want to push my numbers as far to the right as I can. Okay? Now I'm ready to start. So it is a little bit different than this as far as it goes with lining up numbers. Okay, let's start. 4 times 6 is what? 24. So 4 and 2. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So write down my 0, carry my 2 for 20. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Now, do you remember the rule about how to place my decimal point? I count in my problem how many place values are to the right of the decimal. Well, 1. So then instead of the decimal point being here, I move it 1 inwards, right? I jump 1. And there's my final answer, 80.4. All right, 5th graders, you have 6 practice problems, and you have to finish your menu. All right, have fun. Bye.